East Haddam, Connecticut is practically the poster child for how a disparate array of cultural resources can transform a place into a destination experience. The art of placemaking and the sense of place movement have raised the stakes and rewards for communities that take stock of their cultural resources, package and promote them in effective and compelling ways. Inspired by the National Endowments for the Arts and Humanities, the National Park Service, the National Trust, and here in Connecticut by the Department of Economic and Community Development's Culture and Tourism Agency, the growing literature on placemaking and cultural heritage tourism is abundant and points the way to tactics and actions that can make a difference. East Haddam has an abundance of extraordinary architecture. Shown here is the first church, a masterpiece by Norwich architect Lavius Fillmore, one of the first professional architects in America. Buried in the adjoining cemetery is Venture Smith, an African king whose liberation journey has earned him a place on the Connecticut Freedom Trail, an icon of America's journey of freedom. East Haddam also has one of the finest local history museums in the state, which exhibits local art, industry, and artifacts associated with their storied fife and drum corps. America's first patriot, Nathan Hale, briefly taught school in East Haddam after his graduation from Yale in 1773. Regretting that he had but one life to lose for his country, Nathan Hale is one of the most storied personalities of the American Revolution. Connecticut's most popular house museum, Gillette Castle, was the fantasy of William Gillette, who for a generation played Sherlock Holmes on the New York stage. Along the 440 miles of New England's great river, no section is more scenic and majestic than the riverfront in East Haddam, which connects by riverboat to the popular Essex steam train. East Haddam is home to several state parks and campgrounds, including Devil's Hop Yard, one of Connecticut's most popular and picturesque. The crown jewel of East Haddam's cultural life is Historic Goodspeed Opera, a nationally renowned production company whose musicals occasionally head to Broadway. The Amasa Day House in the village of Moodus belongs to Connecticut Landmarks, the oldest and only statewide heritage organization. This remarkable time capsule preserves 4 generations of one family whose stories include early industries, the Civil War, and the advent of Impressionist photography in America. Connecticut Landmarks recently acquired the Palmer Warner House. Restored and furnished by pioneer preservation architect Frederick Palmer, this fabulous 18th century house sits on a large estate overlooking the Connecticut River. Destinations are made, not born, but you need assets, and you need to see what you have as something bigger than the sum of its parts. East Haddam has what it takes to become an A-list cultural destination. Placemaking and cultural tourism development is an art and science that, if done well, can transform a disparate array of cultural resources into a destination experience. As a museologist, preservationist, media specialist, and travel writer, Bill Hossley has spent 3 decades developing cultural resources and experiences. To learn more, visit us on Facebook or at billhossley.com.